Hey, my name's Chase Satrowski. I'm a real estate broker with Kentwood City Properties in Denver, Colorado. Today we're going to be going over my favorite properties, newly listed this week between $500,000 to $750,000. This week, just like last week, we're going to be using HomeScout in our property close-ups. If you'd like access to everything that I do, there'll be a link in the description. Enter the code CHASE. First is 2211 North Race Street. It's listed at $745,000. The total square footage is 2,345, and it's a 4-bed, 3-bath. Let's see it on the map. All right, over to West City Park. So this property kind of walks the line between West City Park and Uptown. You'd most likely be going to Uptown if you're going to go do anything, because it's just south of you. So the business I'd like to highlight would be Vine Street Pub. So it's cash only. If you can get a beer there, you're going to have a great time. And supposedly the burgers are are great. So I haven't had one, but who tells you that they have the best burger ever and it's not the best burger ever, right? Am I right? Back up to our place. Yeah, so this is Victorian style, not the Denver Square. You'll notice the Denver Square to the right has that straight roof line across the front, and there is a difference between the two. So I'll make note of that when we go over the up-close photos in our HomeScout close-up. So there's two types of these large buildings that were built right about this time period. And so this is the Victorian style, and just to the right of it, on the left of it, is the Denver Square style. So sometimes buyers don't want this style, sometimes buyers don't want Denver Square style. So this is a Victorian one, and I think that each of them have really gleaming points to their own. So let's see closer up on the inside. They have a lot of the same kind of wood characteristics. I feel like the Denver Square ones have a little bit more, are a little more heavy-handed. These people did a great job of kind of finding that even match. And I really liked the kitchen. I'm not even usually a big fan of these kind of cabinets, but with everything kind of going around, the rustic feels authentic. It doesn't feel forced. It has a little nice kitchenette downstairs, so if you'd like, you could probably rent this lower unit out. And this is the shower, the bathrooms downstairs. Nice garage out back, and plenty of space for you to enjoy it during, if weather's permitting. It just snowed here yesterday, so it may have still permitted last night with that weather. So I think it's a super solid Victorian in a great part of town. 2211 North Race Street. On to the next. Second is 3315 West 37th Ave. It's listed at $569,900. Its total square footage is 1,774, and it's a 3-bed, 2-bath. Let's see it on the map. Over to the west side. So the next two properties on our list are actually going to be on the west side. There weren't too many great properties this week, so I wanted to highlight these two because they were the best out there, and I wanted to kind of examine the differences for their price points. So the restaurant that I would highlight around here, again, this is going to be serviced mostly by Highland Square, but Tacos, Tequila, and Whiskey is going to be just down Irving. They have Great Taco Tuesday. And as we get closer up to the property, one thing that I don't understand why people would really do this. They turn the garage sideways, so you lose all of that area where the driveway is, or the cement. And so I would turn that baby back toward, put in the door right on the alley, and reclaim that part of your backyard. So I don't know if you have the chops for that, but with that being said, let's take a look at the inside in our HomeScout close-up. All right, so as we look through this, I do just want to continue to draw a comparison between this and the next property we're going to look at, because we're looking at a $30,000 delta between them. And really all that's different is the finished basement. So for all the work they're going to do, it's only yielding them about $30,000. So that's a conversation that sometimes we'll have to have with clients about when they are looking to sell their newly finished basement. They think that it's actually going to garner a lot more from the market than it typically does. So as we go through, this is kind of a no-frill, just kind of lived-in bungalow on the west side. And this is the, I feel like this backyard could be killer, especially on the west side, because you don't have the biggest yards over here. I mean, they're not tiny, but at the same time, just to the left of that garage, you could have an entire other area. You have your horseshoe pit back there. So I would think about moving that baby, rotating it, and gain some of that space back. So whenever I see that type of floor without getting it real up close, it's always a little bit alarming because I don't know when it was put in, and hopefully those aren't 9x9 tiles. Yeah, so I'm excited to show you the next one. Keep this one in mind as we walk through the next one. I'll try to draw some pretty good comparisons. But 3315 West 37th seems like a really sturdy bungalow, good price point to get in on the west side in Highland. Third is 3732 Newton Street. It's listed at $600,000. The total square footage is 1,531. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath. Let's see where it is on the map. And back to the west side. So we're going to be going just over 37th. And so this one's just to the west of Lowell, just south of 38th. So one place that I really want to try, I've never been there, is Revelry Kitchen. It's fairly well known for their brunch, and everything on their Yelp page looks amazing. So I really want to get over there and check that out. It's also going to be serviced by Tennyson and Highland Square. So just give you an idea. But up close to the property, everything's pretty good, pretty tight. So as always, when that's the case, let's hurry up and get inside in our HomeScout close-up. All right, here we go. So as we get into Newton, you'll notice that I feel like the quality of everything is fairly similar. I think maybe the only thing that may be different is the quality of the photos are a little bit better in this one. But one thing I'd want to point out real quick is the countertops in this are funky. I think that they're poured concrete. I think that was a cool idea, but I mean that's a crack. It looks like it's delaminating along there. So whenever I see a room that has a massive carpet covering the entire floor, I wonder what that floor looks like. So if we were in this house together, I'd be rolling the majority of that carpet up. I have a nagging suspicion that there's something underneath that carpet. So this is really what I'm talking about, the difference between 37th and this one, is that they completely redid the basement of this place. They did the recessed lighting, tons of recessed lighting. They have molding, they have carpet, they have, you name it down there. So is this worth $30,000 to you? Did they have to excavate? Did they have to do, what did they have to do to make this the quality that it is now? It's got the egress, it's got all these different things. So did that equate to 30 grand? I'd say it was probably a little bit more. So always setting expectations of what you're going to yield out of that type of work. Because the fact of the matter is above ground square footage is what really holds value when it comes to appraisers. So maybe it was just unfortunate they had something that comps so well to theirs pop up for 30 grand less, because if that thing sells for 30 grand less, this thing's going to be in a sticky situation, because I feel like they comp each other very well by parking, by square footage, by everything like that, by type of house. So I hope you guys enjoyed that kind of comparison and kind of see how we work through issues like that, where you look at differences in quality, but where it's at in the property. So 3732 Newton. I'm sure it'll go fast. I hope for the best. All right, that's it for this week. If you guys have any questions about these or any other properties in the Denver metro area, please let me know. I hope you guys like these. Please like and subscribe if you do. I'm Chase, and that's The Rundown.